Alright, opponent, he's going to normal summon the Hydrant. I am going to activate my Blessed Winds. I'm going to activate my Hypertron to negate and destroy. He's going to activate the emergency, but I'm going to hit him with the Ash Blossom. Negate that emergency. Negate that Hydrant. And destroy that shit. Okay, then he's going to activate the D-Force. He's going to search for the Plasma. Okay, then he's going to activate 1-for-1, getting rid of the Plasma to special summon another Hydrant. Then he's going to activate Reasoning. I'm going to negate that. And that's how you do it. What's up, my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it with another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Rikka Sunavalon. Now, this Rikka deck is going to be a little different from traditional Rikka decks. And the reason why I went with a different route is because I have a Rikka video that I made a couple months ago. And even though it's a little outdated, however, the playstyle of this deck hasn't really changed much. Like, the extra deck monsters and the end board that you're trying to go to has been the same for quite some time, so it's still relevant. And if you want to check out that video, I'll leave a link in the description down below. So what I did different here was that, first of all, the Sunvine Thrasher, this is one card that usually gets played in a lot of Rikka decks, and this card just kind of helps you OTK and stuff like that. But I realized that when I play Rikkas, I rarely make this card, so I wanted to try something different. And the cards that I added was the Rose Girl because it's a level 3 tuner. And the other card that I added was actually the Sweet Marjoram. So very quickly, let me talk about Marjoram, why I added this card. So the first effect is that while your life points are higher than your opponent cannot target plant monsters you control with card effects. So that already gives some sort of protection. And most of our cards, if not all of them, besides the Therions, are like plant monsters. So that gives you protection right there. And then the second effect is that when it is synchro summon, you can add a human, dry winds, or blessed winds from your deck to your hand. So the one that we're going to add is just the blessed winds. So we're going to focus on this trap card. And then the third effect is that if you gain life points, you can target one card your opponent control and then you can destroy it. So this kind of helps you clear a back row because the deck can kind of struggle against back row. So, you know, you can get rid of like the Snake Eyes field spell or stuff like that. And the way that you trigger this effect is via the Blessed Wings. So the Blessed Wings has 3 effects. The first one is that you can send one plant monster from your hand or face up field to the graveyard, and then you're going to gain 500 life points. And then once you gain those 500 life points, that's going to trigger the Sweet Marjoram to pop a card on the field. The other way that you can trigger it, and it's the one that we probably use the most, is that you can target a plant monster in your graveyard and then you can shuffle it into the deck and then you're going to gain 500 life points. So this kind of also adds recursion to the deck because the one thing about Rikkas is that you're going to go through your entire extra deck. Like by the time you finish the combo, you're probably going to have maybe like 2-3 extra deck monsters. Everything else is going to be most likely in the graveyard. So it kind of gives recursion if you need to, like, I don't know, combo off again in turn 3 or anything like that. And then the third effect, which comes up every now and then, is that it's kind of like a monster reborn. So you can pay 1,000 life points and then you can special summon one aroma monster from your graveyard. So it's a good way to bring back the Sweet Margarine, or is another good way to bring back the Jasmine. And now the Jasmine being another aroma monster also kind of synergizes, even though this card never really stays on the field because it's a really essential combo piece. But this card has a quite couple of good effects, and one of it is that while your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card and any plant monster it points to cannot be destroyed by battle. And then the other one is that you can tribute one monster this card points to, and then you can special summon one plant monster from your deck in defense position. So this is the effect that gets used the most when we're performing our combo. And then the third effect is that once per turn, if you gain life points, you can add one plant monster from your deck to your hand. So it kind of synergizes very well. And the way that we go about special summoning this card is that it's a level 6 tuner. So we need to use our Rose Girl. And a good way to get our Rose Girl is via our Lone Fire Blossom, being another level 3. So this card right here, you can tribute one face-up plant monster you control, and then you can special summon one plant monster from your deck. So that's kind of how you can get the Rose Girl. And then there's a couple other ways that you can kind of get level 3s on the field, like the Dance, for example. The Dance can kind of manipulate levels of your plant monsters that you have in the graveyard. So there's a couple ways that you can go about doing it, but yeah, so the reason why I went with this route is just to kind of test the deck in a different way. And also the ratios. Usually people that play Rikka, they're gonna play like at least like 43 to 45 cards. Some people even play 60 cards because it kind of helps going second. Me, I wanted to keep it as close to 40 because one of the biggest weakness to this deck is actually Max C. And as you can see, I'm not running Max C. Max C is for chumps. So the only reason why I have one Max C is just for target for my Crossout Designator. But what you can do is, I did not mean to do that. What you're gonna do is most likely people run the deck like this with 3 Max Cs, the Thrasher, and then like the Evenly Match is also another good card that you can kind of have. So most people would probably run it like this, and then you kind of get rid of the Rose Girl, and you're probably gonna get rid of the Sweet Margarine. You kind of get rid of the Blessed Winds, and then sometimes people run it like this, and then you can throw in like some other hand traps. You can throw a Veiler, or a Ghost Mourner, or a Draw, whatever you feel like it's needed in the current meta. But also triple Tactics Talent, I keep removing it. I don't mean to remove it, I meant to add it. Some people might also play like 3 talents. So a typical Rikka deck is something like this, for example. But testing it out, sometimes I feel like you don't open up to your counter to Max C, like to your Cold by the Graves and your Ash Blossom. So I kept it at close to 40 because I really want to see Ash Blossom or Cold by the Grave or Crossout Designator in my opening hand when I'm going first. But yeah, sorry, this might be like a little long intro, but I just kind of want to break down a couple of things. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the replays. I really love this deck. This deck was probably the first real competitive deck that I decided to pick up and learn. And I haven't played it in quite some time, so it really felt great to kind of revisit the deck and relearn it. Also, actually, if you really want to play this deck very competitively, especially now in MasterDuel, because in MasterDuel it's still at full power, I'm going to leave a link to Sunsea Jess, to her channel. She has a combo video that's like over an hour long where she just breaks down this deck entirely. I really think that if anybody really wants to play this deck very optimally, you should definitely go check out her video because she just breaks everything down, and she's a world champion. She won like 3 YCS if I'm not mistaken with Rikkas, alongside with her other team, Marcus and some other dudes. So I really learned this deck by watching them playing it, and they're the ones who kind of brought the interest to me. So yeah, without further ado, I'll leave those links down in the description. Go check it out if that's what you fancy. Without further ado, let's jump right into the replays. And as always, my beautiful people, if you enjoyed the video, please consider share, like, and subscribing to the kid. I would greatly appreciate it, and it will help the channel grow out. And thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. Let's jump into it. Alright, my people, in this replay we are going to go up against Branded Chimera. So in this replay you're going to be able to see the deck in action, and we're going to go second. Alright, and then I'm going to fast forward this just to save it some time because I don't have like any hand traps, so my opponent's going to be able to pop off and do whatever the hell he wants to do. Okay, so he's going to go into the Chimera. The Chimera is going to turn into the Flying Beast or whatever it's called. Okay, then he's going to search for the Kodo. The Mirror Knight is going to special summon itself. It's going to get the fusion and all of that stuff. So he's going to pop off. He's going to activate the fusion. He's going to go into the Baphomet. Okay, then the Baphomet is going to send. And this dude was trying to be like a degenerate too, bro. So he's going to send the barrier statue to the graveyard so that neither player can special summon monsters except dark monsters. And he ends up like getting rid of my Call by the Grave, bro. Alright, so we draw into Unexpected Die, so we're going to activate Unexpected Die. And he's going to hit me with the Max C too, bro. But we got the Crossout Designator, so we're going to cancel that shit out. Alright, so we special summon the Loki. And you already know I'm going to fast forward this just to save some time. So with the Loki, we're going to go into the Dryas. Then the Dryas is going to activate Search for the Sowing. Okay, he's going to negate my Dryas, but lucky for us, we run 2 Sowing, so I have a second copy in my hand. So now we activate the Sowing, special summoning the Twin. Okay, the Twin is going to bring back the Loki. Then the Dryas is going to special summon the Healer. Healer is going to heal the Dryas. Dryas and Healer, we're going to make Jasmine. Then we're gonna go into our second Dryas, go into our second healer, heal the Dryas, activate the Jasmine, search for Lily. Activate Lily, special summon herself, send the Loki back to the graveyard so that we can search for our Disc Coliseum. And he's gonna activate Infinite Permanence, but it's all good. So here I baited that out, and then here he's gonna activate the Infinite Permanence for my Jasmine, which is kind of like another bait because I already have my King Regulars in my hand. So now I normal summon my Lone Fire and I'll tribute away the Lily. So now the Lily in the graveyard, I can special summon my King Regulars. Okay, then now I can activate the Petal. Petal is gonna search for the Mudon. Then with these two monsters, we're gonna go into our second Jasmine. Alright, and then now we're gonna banish the Twin from the graveyard, and we're gonna banish the top Jasmine. And then we're gonna special summon our healer. Then the healer is gonna heal the Dryas. That's gonna trigger the Jasmine. We're gonna search for our Snowdrop. Okay, now with these two monsters, we're gonna go into Melius. Alright, then Melius is gonna bring back the Loki. Then we're going to tribute away the Dryas, special summon in the Mudon. Mudon is going to search for our Konkon. Then we're going to activate the Konkon, search for our Glamour. And then now, here we're going to go into our Bengal Lancer. And then here we have to read our opponent's card. So this card right here has, during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Beast, Fiend, or Illusion monster in your graveyard. You can special summon it, so this has a graveyard effect. And then this card right here, during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one of your banished Beast, Fiend, or Illusion monsters, except for this card, and then you can special summon it. So they both have graveyard effects. Okay, so here instead, I tribute away my Boomodon so that I can get my Primula and my Princess. Then the Princess is gonna special summon herself. The Primula is gonna special summon herself. So here I activate the Snowdrop, and I'm gonna tribute away his monster, so I can special summon both of my monsters. He's gonna activate the Mythical Beast. He's gonna special summon the Moonshiro Knight, whatever this thing is called, the Mirror Sword Knight. Mirror Sword Knight is gonna activate. He's going to tribute itself. I'm gonna negate that with the Regulus. Okay, and then I'm going to activate the Benji, and the Benji is going to bounce back the Flying Mythical Beast, but because he has the Flying Mythical Beast, he's going to be able to activate the Kodo, so the Kodo can banish this card from the graveyard, and then you can negate a monster on my field, but he negates it. And he cannot destroy it because the Sowing protects me. But it's all good, bro. We're still in this. Okay, so now with these two level 4 monsters, with these level 8 monsters, I made everything level 8. I'm gonna go into the Rikka Queen, Her Majesty herself, activate Her Majesty, get rid of that Mythical Beast, and then because the monster was tributed, she's gonna gain some attack power. Then he's gonna activate the Mythical Beast. He's gonna bring back the Sword Mirror Knight, but I got the Rikka in the graveyard, so I'm gonna tribute away my Rikka monster so I can negate that shit. Then she gets another attack boost, and now we can OTK this fool. Tell me if plans are not crazy, bro. If Maxi was to get banned, like this deck, forget about it, bro. Top tier. I don't care what anybody would say. This deck would definitely be tier 1. Alright, my people. So in this replay, I kind of just want to go over the combos to show you exactly the type of end board that you want to make. So try to pay attention to this. So great thing we open up with Unexpected Die. Our other first starter that you really want to see, if it's not an Unexpected Die, then it's the Vanilla. So right now we got Unexpected Die, so we're going to activate Unexpected Die. And we're going to special summon the Loki. So the Loki is a 1-card combo. So with the Loki, we're going to go into the Dryas. Then we're going to activate the Dryas. And then the Dryas is going to search for our Sowing. You're going to activate the Sowing, and then you're going to special summon the Twin. Now this is very, very, very important. Make sure that you special summon the Sunset Twin on this, right here, on the left side. If it's not on the left side, then on the right side. But never, never, never in the middle. You always want to keep the middle open. If you special summon in the middle, you done goof. You fucked it up. Alright? Okay, then the Twin is going to activate. He's going to special summon the Loki. And then the Dryas is going to trigger, special summoning the healer. Alright, so now the healer is going to heal the Dryas. Okay, now with the Dryas and the healer, we're gonna go into our Jasmine. Okay, and then now we're gonna make our second Dryas, and this is very, very important. So you're going to make the Dryas first. So using the twin, you're gonna make the Dryas first, and then with the Loki, you're gonna make your second healer. You have to do it in that order, all right? All right, and then the healer is not once per turn, so the healer is gonna heal that ass because it's dry. You need to put some Vaseline or some chapstick on it. Okay, that's gonna trigger the Jasmine because we gain life points. The Jasmine is gonna be able to search you one of your monsters, and the one that you're always gonna search for is the Lily, because the Lily is what's gonna get you the King Regulars on the field so that you can have your Omni negate. Okay, so we're gonna activate the Lily, targeting the Loki. It can be any plant monster. It doesn't have to necessarily be the Loki, so it can be the twin or the Dryas. It doesn't really matter. All right, then we're gonna activate the Lily, and then just make sure whatever monster you attach to the Lily, that's the monster that you send back to the graveyard. All right, so we're gonna send the Loki back, and then we're gonna search for our Disc Coliseum. Then the Disc Coliseum is gonna search for our Regulus. Okay, and then now we're gonna activate Jasmine's second effect. We're gonna tribute the healer. Alright, then we're going to special summon the Longfire Blossom. Okay, then we're going to activate the Longfire Blossom. We're going to tribute away the Lily because we want the Lily in the graveyard so that we can special summon the Regulus. And we're going to special summon the Petal. Now, this is also very, very important. Do not activate the Petal. Wait, first activate the Regulus because the Petal is going to lock you into plant monsters only. So if you activate the Petal, you done goofed. You're not going to be able to get your Omni Negate on the field, alright? Okay, so now we special summon the Regulus by targeting the Lily in the graveyard. Okay, now we activate Petal, and you're always gonna search for Mudan. If you already have Mudan in the hand, then chances are you're either gonna search for the Princess or the Snowdrop. But you want to have those three cards. You want to have the Princess, the Mudan, and the Snowdrop in your hand. So depending on what you're missing, that's what you're gonna search. Alright, and then now with the Longfire Blossom and the Petal, we're gonna make our second Jasmine. Alright, and now because we have two Jasmine on the field, and because we have two healers in the graveyard, we can activate the Sunset Twins effect. It's gonna banish itself from the graveyard, and it's gonna banish this top Jasmine from the field. Alright, so we banish it, and then we banish the Jasmine, and now we can special summon the healer from the graveyard, and then the healer is not once per turn, so once again it's gonna heal that Dryas. Get some Vaseline. Okay, that's going to trigger the Jasmine, and now we got the young female Pablo Escobar right here, the Snowdrop. She got that snow, you hear me? Alright, so now we got the trifecta in our hands. This is what you want. Alright, and then now with these two monsters, we're going to go into the Melius. Alright, and now the Melius is going to bring back the Loki. Alright, and then now with these two monsters, we're going to go into that big boy Banger Lancer. Alright, and then now we're going to activate our Konkon. Then we're going to activate Mudan, so we're going to tribute away the Dryas to special summon the Mudan. And then here, if I didn't have the field spell already in my hand, then that's what I would search with the Mudan. So the Mudan is always going to search for the Konkon. The Konkon takes priority over anything. But because we already had the field spell, I'm going to search for the Glamour. And then if I didn't have the Rikka sheet, then that's what I would have searched with the Konkon. So you always want to kind of search out what you're missing. If you're missing the sheet, then you get the sheet. If you're missing the Glamour, then you miss the Glamour. Then you search for the Glamour. Okay, so now we activate the Glamour, and we're going to tribute away the Mudan, and we're going to add the Primula, and we're going to add the Princess. And now because a plant monster was tributed, the Primula is going to be able to special summon herself from the hand. Alright, and then now we can special summon the Princess. So now we have two level 4 monsters, so we can go into our Strenna. Alright, then the Strenna is going to detach the Princess. So we want the Princess in the graveyard because the Princess is going to be a monster negate. She can activate in the graveyard or from your hand. Okay, and then we're going to bring back the Longfire, and because we started with Unexpected Die, I still haven't used up my normal summon, so that's why I bring back the Longfire Blossom, because it's going to be helpful to go into our Marjoram play. Okay, so we normal summon the Longfire, tributing itself, special summoning the Rose Girl, and then with the Snowdrop, we're going to tribute away the Strenna. Then we can special summon the Petal, special summon the Snowdrop, and now the Strenna, when it's tributed, she can special summon a plant monster from your extra deck. So you're either going to special summon the Hyperatron or you're going to special summon the Teardrop Rikka Queen. In this case, I went for the Sacred Beast because he's going to be a monster negate and destroy. So now the Strand is going to attach itself to the Hyperatron. So now he's a monster negate as well. Okay, then I'm going to activate the Snowdrop's effect that you can target a plant monster you control, and then all plant monsters are going to become that level. So I'm going to target the Rose Girl to make everything a level 3. Alright, and then now because a monster activated its effect, I can suck up one of my monsters from my graveyard, giving the Hyperatron 2 monster negates. Crazy, bro. I'm telling you, Rikka still creates like the best, one of the best turn 1 boards. Alright, so now with the Petal and the Rose Girl, we're going to go into the Marjoram. And the reason why I use the Petal, because the Petal has an effect that if all monsters you control are plant monsters, you can special summon this card at the end of like your opponent's end phase. So this kind of also gives you recursion. Alright, so now with the Marjoram, we're going to search for our Blessed Wing. Okay, and then now we're going to set the Blessed Wing, and then the Rose Girl can come back to our hand. So what do we have here? So we have an Omni Negate with the Therion. We have a Monster Negate with the Sacred Beast. We have a pop a card on the field with the Marjoram, and because our life points are higher than our opponents at the moment, our plant monsters are protected from targeting. Then we got the Bengal Lancer that this card can target one effect monster your opponent controls. You're going to take damage equal to his attack, and if you do, you're going to spin that card back to the hand. And then we have the Princess in the Graveyard, which can tribute either the Snowdrop or it can tribute one of our opponent's monster, and it can negate another monster. So we have about like 3 monster negates. And then we also have the Rikka Sheet. So the Rikka Sheet is going to target a monster your opponent controls, and then you're going to tribute it, and then you're going to steal one of their monsters. So it's a crazy turn board. So we're going to go up against Labyrinth. So I'm just going to flip up the Blessed Winds. I'm not going to activate it. Okay, he's going to set the big Welcome Labyrinth. Then he's going to activate the Seeker, getting himself the Diabell Star. Alright, he's going to normal summon Ariana. I am going to negate and destroy Ariana. Okay, so I'm going to send the Lone Fire to the graveyard, negate and destroy. Okay, then he's going to special summon the Diabell Star. Okay, Diabell Star is going to search for the trap card. I let that rock. He's going to activate Monster Reborn, and then he's going to call it quits because there's not much he can do. But so that's like your typical end board that you're trying to make with this deck. It's really crazy, bro. Rikkas are still top tier. I don't care what anybody say. Let's keep it going. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. In this replay, we are going to go up against MathMech. Alright, and we're going to go first. Alright, so we're going to normal summon the Lone Fire. He's going to hit me with the Max Seed. Thankfully, we run a good 41 card, so we got that Call by the Grave. So we're gonna call up Ramon. Ramon, yo, tengo un tigre, va para allá. Alright, so now we're going to tribute away the Lone Fire, special summoning the Loki. So now with the Loki, we're gonna go full combo. So you already know, I'm gonna fast forward this just to save some time. He's gonna hit me with the Veil, with the Ash Blossom, but we still got that Sowing in our hand. Special summon the Twin. Twin bring back the Loki. Dryad special summon the Healer. Healer is going to target the Dryad, and then the homie, he's got Nibiru. So Nibiru is another counter to the deck. So what do we do here? Okay, we're going to activate Konkon. We're going to activate Glamour, and we're going to tribute away his monster, and then we're going to search for the Princess, and we're going to search for Primula. Okay, then the Princess can special summon herself onto the field. And then now because I control a Rikka monster, I can search for a Sheet or a Glamour. So I'm going to activate the Sheet. I mean, rather search for the Sheet. And then that's all we wrote. Alright, so he's going to activate the Silent Mining, getting rid of the Firewall Defensor, searching for the Circular. Okay, then the Circular is going to send the Sigma, special summoning itself. Sigma is going to special summon itself back onto the field. Then he's going to search for the Equation. So this let me know that maybe the second card was maybe Super Factorial, because usually they're either going to search for Factorial or Sigma. Okay, so now with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Flash Mage. Okay, then the Splash Mage is going to target one of his monsters and bring it back into the field. So he gets the Defensor. Defensor is going to go into the Link Decoder. Alright, and then the Defensor is going to special summon the Guardian. Okay, so now with the Decoder and the Splash Mage is going to go into the Transcold Talker. Okay, then the Decoder is going to bring itself back onto the field. And then here I decided to activate Ricochet. And the reason why I did is because I read this card. So this card right here, if this card is sent to the graveyard's material for a Link summon of a Cyber's monster, you can special summon this card, but banish it. Alright, so that means he's going to be able to use this card twice to Link summon. So what I do is, I am going to tribute away this card right here because I don't want him to get 2 Link summons off of it. And then I'm going to steal his Transcold Talker. And then this card right here, because he already used it, so if he links it away, it's going to get banished. It's not going to go to the graveyard. Okay, so we tribute away that card, and then we steal his Transcold Talker. He's got the equation, so the equation is going to bring back the Circular. And then he's going to normal summon a Defensor. So he actually didn't have Super Factorial. He had another Firewall monster. Okay, so now he's going to go into the update jammer. And because he already went into the Splash Mage, that's another reason I felt comfortable. Okay, so now with these 2 monsters, he's going to go into the Heat Soul. So he doesn't have enough material for the Access Cold Talker. Okay, then the Heat Soul is going to burn for 1,000. He's going to be able to draw a card. And then the update jammer is going to allow the Heat Soul to attack twice. Okay, so he's going to attack the token, and he's going to attack my princess, and then he gets to keep his Transcold Talker at the end of the turn. Alright, and we draw. Let's go. We draw into our 1-card combo piece. Then we're going to go into the Dryas. Dryas is going to search for our Sowing. Sowing is going to activate, and this time we're going to special summon the Loki because we already activated it and we already have the twin in the graveyard. Okay, then we're going to burn for 1,000. We're going to special summon our healer. Healer is going to heal the Dryas, and then with these 2 monsters we're going to go into our Jasmine. Okay, then the Jasmine is going to tribute away the Loki. And then we're going to special summon our Petal, and then because a plant monster was tributed, then the Primula can special summon herself from the hand. Alright, and then since I have a Rikka monster, I can now add a Glamour or a Sheet to my field, so I get the Glamour. Activate the Petal. Petal's going to search for the Mudon. Then I'm going to activate the Glamour, and I'm going to tribute away the Heat Soul. And I'm going to get myself my Snowdrop. And I'm going to search for the Lily Borea. Okay, so the Lily Borea is going to get the Loki from the graveyard so that she can special summon herself. Then I'm going to send the Loki to the graveyard. I'm going to add a Disc Coliseum just in case if he has like any negates or anything like that. Alright, then I'm going to send the Petal to the graveyard, special summoning the Mudon, special summoning the Snowdrop. Then the Mudon is going to get me my 2nd copy of Konkon. Then with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into our Melius. Okay, then Melius is going to bring back the Loki. Alright, then now with the Loki and the Melius, we're going to go into the big boy Bengal Lancer. Alright, then now I'm going to activate the Snowdrop, and I'm going to make everything level 8 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I make everything level 8 so that I can go into the Teardrop, the Rikka Queen. Get her majesty out here, bro. She's got the umbrella and everything, bro. She is like super rich. Look at the diamonds on that umbrella, bro. Look at the diamonds. Look at them diamonds. Okay, then we're going to activate her effect so that we can tribute away the Transcold Talker. Get that shit out of here. And then she's going to get attack boost. And now we got more than enough to put an end to him. Bro, we played through Maxi. We played through Nibiru. What's good? And MathMech, bro. MathMech is not a deck to be mocked or laughed at, bro. Like, let's go. Let's go. Plants, baby. Let's go. Alright, my people. In this replay, we are going to go up against... I believe it was like a Kashtira Pendulum. What's the pendulum thing? Endymion. That shit right there. Endymion. Okay, so he's going to start with the Unicorn. Unicorn is going to search for the Birth. Then he's going to normal summon the Mythical Beast. He's going to activate the Birth, get himself a bunch of spell cards. He's going to activate the Chicken Game. And he's going to get rid of 3 spell cards so that he can special summon a monster. I'm going to negate that. Alright, and then since I activated a monster effect, his Unicorn is going to be able to banish the card from my extra deck. So he banishes my Benji. Alright, so now he can get his pendulum things going on. Okay, then with these two monsters, he's gonna go into the Electromite. Okay, then the Electromite is gonna add a pendulum monster to his extra deck. And he's gonna pop the chicken game, searching for the Mighty Master. Mighty Master is gonna get sent to the pendulum scale so that he can pendulum summon. And that's crazy, bro. My man was able to pendulum summon a freaking Fenrir, bro. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? Okay, so we're gonna activate Konkon. I'm going to activate Unexpected Die, special summon in this Loki. And then now, because I have a Rikka, I can now get my Glamour. So I'm going to activate the Glamour to get rid of the Fenrir. Okay, then we're going to search for our Snowdrop, and we're going to search for our Lily Borea. Alright, and then because I activated a spell card, he's going to be able to banish 3 cards from my graveyard. That's cool. Now we get pop off. We're going to go into our some Avalon combo. So we get the Dryas. Okay, then he's going to remove 2 spell counters from this Jackal shit, and he's going to negate my Dryas, and he's going to destroy it. Okay, so now we can special summon the Lily Borea. He's gonna activate the Kashtira. He's going to banish my Hyperatron. I'm gonna send the Loki to the graveyard, getting myself the Disc Coliseum. Okay, I'm gonna activate the Disc Coliseum, and I'm gonna search for the Regulus. Okay, then I'm going to tribute away the Lily Borea, special summoning the Loki, special summoning the Snowdrop. Okay, then with the Loki, I'm gonna go into my second Dryas, because this card is now once per turn. You thought you had me, bro. You thought you had me. Think again. Rikka's a top tier, bro. Alright, then we're gonna pop off. So we're gonna fast forward this a little bit. You already know. Heal that ass. Once that ass is healed, it's gonna go into the Jasmine. Then you're gonna wanna make your third ass. Then you're gonna make your second healer. Heal that ass. Search for that Mudon. Okay, then we're gonna tribute away the healer, special summon the Mudon. Mudon's gonna search for our second Konkon. Alright, then I'm going to target the Snowdrop, making everything level 8. So now we can go into our Rikka Queen. Okay, then we're going to tribute away the Dryas, special summoning the Lone Fire. Lone Fire is going to tribute away the Mudon, so we can get our Rose Girl. So now with our level 3 tuner and the Lone Fire Blossom, we're going to go into our Sweet Marjoram. Alright, and we're going to put it right underneath the Jasmine. We're going to search for our Blessed Wind. Okay, then the Rose Girl is going to come back to my hand. Okay, now we're going to activate our Konkon. Okay, then I'm going to activate the Sheet. I'm going to get rid of that Endymion card. Alright, now we're going to wipe away his field. Okay, now we got Sheet and we got Blessed Winds. Alright, and then I need to get rid of this Birth, because the Birth is going to be able to bring back the Unicorn. So on his turn, I toggled on so that on the standby phase, I can activate my Blessed Wings. So I'm going to bring back the Mudon, gain 500 life points, and I'm going to pop that Birth with the Marjoram. And because I gain life points, I'm going to be able to add the Petal from the deck to my hand via the Jasmine. And then he cannot pendulum summon anything because his scales are 8 and 4. I mean, this is a 6. I don't know. I feel like maybe he could have pendulum summoned this. I don't know. They got to be between 8 and 4, no, right? So wouldn't he would be able to? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I don't play pendulums. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe he just gave up. He probably knows there's not much he can do against this board. So maybe that's why he didn't do anything. He just passed turn. Bro, I can't wait for the support of Aroma to arrive in MasterDuel, man. I really like playing Aromas. Like, Aromas is a cool archetype that I also like. Manipulating your life points and stuff like that is a cool thing. Alright, my people. In this replay, we are going to go up against Mikankos. Alright. Okay, so we normal summon the Petal because we don't have Unexpected Die or our Loki. Okay, he's going to hit me with the Ash Blossom. Alright, I'm going to let that rock. And the reason why I let it rock because I have Snowdrop. So I can tribute the Petal away. And then I can special summon the Snowdrop and the Primula. Okay, so we special summon the Primula. Special summon the Snowdrop, and then the sheet has a special. The princess has the special effect that she can special summon herself from the hand. Alright, and then with these two monsters, we're gonna go into dance. Okay, so dance is gonna allow me to mill 3 cards from the top of my deck, and if any of them happen to be plant monsters, I can special summon them. So we get 2 Lokis. Alright, and then now I can target one of my monsters in my graveyard, and then each card that this card is pointed to is going to become that level. So I have 2 level 4 monsters, so that means these 2 cards are going to turn into level 4 monsters, which is now going to allow me to go into our Strenna. Okay, then we're going to activate the Strenna, send in the Snowdrop to the graveyard, so we can bring back the Snowdrop for follow-up, and then we're going to set our Call by the Grave, and that's all we wrote. Okay, he's going to activate his Pillar shit. I'm going to negate it because this is going to allow him to search for an equip spell. So if we're going up against Mikanko, you know that's going to be danger. Okay, so we attribute away the Strenna with the princess to negate the Ashoka Pillar. And then we're going to go into our Sacred Tree Hyperatron. So now I have a monster negate, but he's got Axe of Fool, so now he's going to negate my Sacred Tree. Then he's going to go into the Huli, and then with the Huli and the Shoka Pillar, he's going to go into the Torpedo. So we're playing like a XC Mikanko deck. Okay, he's going to detach 2 materials. The Ceremony is going to banish itself, sending the Maya Washi Dori to the graveyard. Okay, then he's going to go into the Armor Fortress. Armor Fortress is going to detach some materials. He's going to search for the Armored XC spell card. Okay, then now he's going to go into the Full Armor Dark Knight Lancer. Okay, then now the Maya Washidori is going to activate, trying to special summon the Huli, but I have Call by the Grave, so I'm going to banish that Huli. Ramon, we got another body for you, bro. Come pick it up. Alright, then he's going to activate the Double-Edged Sword, attaching it to his Dark Knight Lancer. The Dark Knight Lancer is going to suck up my Sacred Tree. Alright, and now he's going to be able to attack twice. Okay, so he gets rid of my dance. And then he's going to attack into the Loki. Alright, then he's going to add back the Armor XC spell card to his hand. He's going to activate it. And then he's going to attach the Torpedo. And he's going to set 1 and pass. Okay, then the pedal comes back to me at the end phase. Alright, then we join to Ash Blossom. So I'm going to activate the pedal, searching for Mudon. Then I'm going to tribute away the pedal, special summon the Mudon, special summon the Snowdrop. Mudon is going to search for Konkon. Okay, then we're going to activate Konkon. We're going to get our Glamour. Okay, we're going to activate Glamour, and we're going to tribute away that Fool. We're going to search for Pedal, and we're going to search for Loki. And then we're going to activate Snowdrop, making it level 8. So now with these 2 level 8 monsters, we're going to go into the Rikka Queen, bro. Put some respect on her. Then we're going to normal summon the Loki, and now we're going to pop off into our combo. So we go into the Dryad, and he don't want it with the plants, bro. He don't want the smoke. He's like, nah, I'm out of here, bro. He's intimidated by the snow. He can't handle that, even though he's playing with a water monster. Alright, my people, in this replay, we are going to go up against Snake Eyes. Alright, and we are going second. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this just to save us some time. Okay, he's got the Poplar. Poplar is going to go into the Link Karibo. Poplar is going to set itself onto the field. Sinful Spoil is going to send the Poplar to the graveyard. I'm going to activate Maxi, but of course my Maxi never resolves. My opponent just always have to Call by the Grave or the Ash, so yeah. Anyway, he's got the Ash, get the Flame Birch, go into the Masquerena. Flame Birch is going to special summon the Ash and the Poplar. Go into the Promethean Princess. Princess is going to bring back the Flame Birch. Flame Birch is going to bring back the Masquerena. And with these 2 monsters, it's going to go into the Ambler Whale. Alright, that's all he wrote. Alright, now we're going to special summon our Loki. He's going to activate the Promethean Princess. And he's going to activate the Flame Birch. Okay, so he's going to special summon the Masquerenita. How my homie DC Play calls her, Masquerenita. I'm going to activate Triple Tactics Talent, and I'm going to steal that shorty. Okay, now I'm going to special summon the Princess. Princess is going to go into our Dryad. And because I have a Sowing in hand, this is why I like to run this card at 2. Some people sometimes run it only at 1. But if I didn't have the Sowing in hand, then I would have not been able to go into my combos. Because the Dryad can only search for the Sowing if it is made with a Sunseed genus Loci. But because I didn't make it with the Loci, I cannot add a spell or trap from my deck to my hand. So that's why I like to run this card at 2, because having it in your hand is not the worst thing. Okay, so now we can special summon the Twin. Twin is going to activate. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. Okay, so we're going to pop off and go full combo. Okay, go into the second Dryad, go into the second healer. Healer's going to heal the Dryad. That's going to trigger the Jasmine. Jasmine's going to search for the Lily Borea. I'm going to activate the Lily Borea. And then here, it was kind of like a misplay. I should have gotten rid of the Masquerena because unfortunately the Masquerena being a Cyber's card and I really need plants. So it's kind of stuck in my field. And I should, instead of sending the Loci, I should have gotten rid of the Masquerena because right now it's just doing nothing in my field. And I cannot use it for like anything. I can't use it for link materials or nothing because I need plants. But it's all good, whatever. So we're going to search for this Colosseum. This Colosseum is going to get the Therion. Alright, then I'm going to tribute away the healer, special summoning the Lone Fire. Lone Fire is going to get rid of my Lily Borea, special summoning the Petal. Then with the Regulus, we're going to target the Lily Borea, special summon itself onto the field. Get your Omni Negate. Activate the Petal. Search for the Mudon. Mudon is going to tribute away the Dryad. Searching for our Konkon. Okay, then we're going to activate the Konkon. And we're going to get our Glamour. Okay, then we're going to go into our Sun Avalon Melius. Okay, then the Melius is going to special summon the Loki. Okay, and then with the Loki and the Melius, we're going to go into the Bengal Lancer. Then I'm going to activate Glamour and I'm going to tribute away the Promethean Princess. And the reason why I tribute the Promethean Princess and not the Flame Burst, because if you send the Flame Burst to the graveyard, then he's going to pop off and he's going to resurrect his Snake Eyes monsters and yada yada. Okay, then I'm going to get rid of the Mudon so I can special summon the Primula and the Snowdrop. Then I'm going to make everything level 8. Okay, then we're going to go into our Queen. Then I'm going to activate the Benji, so I'm going to pay 3,000 life points and I'm going to spin back the Flame Birch. Alright, and now we got more than enough for lethal. Get wrecked, bro. Get wrecked. Alright, my people. So in this replay, we are going to go up against heroes. Alright, we're going to go first. Okay, so we got Unexpected Die. So we're going to activate Unexpected Die. He's going to hit me with the Max C. So what do we do? How do we play under Max C? Let's see. What do we cook? Okay, so we special summon our Loki. Okay, then I'm going to tribute away the Loki to special summon the Mudon. Mudon is going to search me my Konkon. Okay, then I'm going to activate Konkon and I'm going to search for Rikka Sheet. And then that's all I wrote. Okay, then I'm going to normal summon the Petal. Petal was going to search me for my Princess because the Princess is also a monster negate from the hand, but he's going to hit me with the Ash Blossom. And then that's all I wrote. Now, it may not seem like much, but we still have some sort of interruption here. So he's going to activate a hero, whatever. He's going to get the Stratos. Stratos is going to search him the Vion. Okay, he's going to normal summon the Vion. He's going to send the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to activate, getting himself the Liquid Soldier. Okay, then he's going to banish the the Shadow Mist, searching for the Polymerization. And then we just gotta wait. You gotta be patient with your negates. That's the one thing about Rikkas, bro. Even if you have your full board with negates, you have to be patient and know when to hit your opponent. Alright, so now he's gonna activate the Flame. He's gonna special summon the Sunrise. Sunrise is gonna get him the Miracle Fusion. Okay, he's gonna activate his second Polymerization. Alright, he's gonna go into the Escuridao. Alright, then he's going to go into the battlefield. He's going to trigger my Mudon. I'm going to activate my Rikka Sheet. So I'm going to tribute away his Sunrise, and then I'm going to steal his Escoriadao. Okay, so my Muran gets popped. Alright, and then because the monster was a face-up monster was special summoned. I'm sorry, if a plant monster was sent to the graveyard, so then that's why this card was able to special summon from my hand. Just to kind of get another body to be protected. Okay, then he's going to set 2. The pedal's going to come back because all my monsters are plant. And then he gets his Escoriadao back. Alright, and then the Rose Girl has an effect. If a plant monster is on the field and this card is in your graveyard, you can add it back to your hand. Okay, then I'm going to activate my Kong, getting myself my Glamour. Then I'm going to search for the Snowdrop. And then I'm going to activate the Glamour. And I'm going to tribute await his monster. And I'm going to search for Princess. And I'm going to search for Primula. I'm going to normal summon the Rose Girl. And then I'm going to tribute away the Petal so that I can special summon my Snowdrop and my Primula. Okay, he's going to activate the Favorite Contact. And he's going to go into the Shining Neos. Okay, the Shiny Neo is going to activate, but the Princess can activate and negate from the hand, so I'm going to tribute away my Primula. Okay, so we're going to negate that bad boy. Alright, and then now with the Rose Girl, we're going to go into our Dryas, and we're going to start our combo off. Okay, and then since I have Sowing in my hand, I activate Sowing, getting my Twin. Twin is going to activate, special summoning the Loki. That's going to trigger the Dryas because I lost life points. Okay, so now I can special summon the Healer. Okay, Healer is going to heal the Dryas. And then as you saw in the first replay, we're going to go into our Jasmine. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. Okay, then we're going to make our second Dryas. Then we're going to make our second Healer. Healer is going to heal the Dryas. Okay, we're going to search for our Princess this time. Then I'm going to send the Healer, special summoning the Lone Fire, special summoning the Princess, making everything level 4 to go into the Strenna. Strenna is going to give me back my sheet. Alright, then I'm going to tribute the Dryas, special summon the Lily Boreal. Lily Boreal is going to send the Lone Fire to the graveyard, getting my Discoliseum. Then I'm going to go into the Melius. Melius is going to bring back the Loki. Loki and Melius, we're going to go into the Bengal Lancer. And then here I think I was running out of time. That's why I didn't like attack or anything like that. But it's still all good. So he's going to go into the Link Monster. I'm going to bounce that shit back. He's going to activate his Miracle Fusion. And he's going to go into Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Okay, I'm going to activate the Sheet. I'm going to tribute away his monsters. And I'm going to steal his monster. Then he's going to activate Fusion Destiny. He's going to go into the DPE. Alright, then the Malicious is going to banish itself. It's going to special summon another Malicious. Then the Denier is going to special summon itself. Alright, now with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Crusader. Okay, then the Crusader is going to target a monster, bring it back onto the field. Okay, I'm going to negate that with the Princess by tributing my Strenna. Alright, and then now he's going to activate the DPE. Okay, the DPE is going to try to pop my Bengal Lancer, but the Sowing has an effect. So the Sowing has an effect that if a plant monster from your extra deck will be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard, and then it's going to protect it. Alright, and then the Strenna, because it was tributed, I can now special summon my Hyperatron, or I can special summon my Rikka Queen. And that's Rikka right there, baby. Alright, my people, welcome to the decklist portion of the video. And if you stuck around from the beginning to end, thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed today's video, why not consider sharing, dropping a like, and hitting that subscribe button, as it will help the channel grow and it will help throughout the whole YouTube algorithm and all that shenanigans. So thank you all so much. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So we're running 3 Sunseed Genius Loki. This is arguably the best card in the deck because this vanilla card right here is what's going to lead you to your ultimate end board. Then we have 2 Rikka Petal. So this is going to search you your Rikka monsters. It's going to add it to your hand. And then during the end phase of your opponent, it's going to be able to special summon itself from the graveyard, which is going to allow you to pop off. Then we run 1 Maxi for just cross out designator target. Then we have 1 Sunseed Twin. This is arguably one of like the bricks that you run, you never really want to see this card in your opening hand. Sometimes it's not the end of the world if it, it's in your opening hand, but you'd rather not see it. So this is really essential for the combo. This is what you're going to special summon off of your sowing. Then we have 2 Lone Fire Blossom, great extender. This right here, if you open up without your regular starter, you can normal summon this, and then you can tribute it, and then you can special summon your Loci, but also it's going to special summon your level 3 tuner, which is going to allow you to go into your margarine place. Then we got the 3 Ash Blossoms to counter the Maxi. And then we have the Rose Girl, which is going to allow you to go into your margarine. It's your level 3 tuner. Then we have Primula. Primula is your other brick in the deck. You never really want to see this in your opening hand. You much rather search it out. When you tribute away a Plant Monster, you can search for it. And then if a Plant Monster was tributed, she can special summon herself from the hand onto the field. So this is pretty much the only 2 bricks that you run are kind of the Twin and the Primula. Okay, then we have 3 Rikka Princess. So during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. But while it is face up in the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters except plant monsters. So you got to keep that aware. If you haven't gone into your Therion play, you got to be careful with that. As you lock yourself into plant monsters with a lot of the cards, the pedal also locks you into plant monsters. So just be cognizant about all of that. And then this card right here, while you control Rikka monster, you can shuffle this card from your hand or graveyard into the deck, and then you can tribute a plant monster, and then you can negate that effect. Okay, then we have 2 Mudan. Mudan, you can tribute a plant monster you control, then you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you're going to search for a Rikka Spell or Trap. Okay, then we have 1 Snowdrop. So you can tribute a plant monster, you can special summon both this card and 1 other plant monster from your hand. And then you cannot special summon monsters except plant monsters. So this is another card that locks you, so you just got to be careful when activating its effect. And then the other thing is that you can target 1 plant monster you control, and then all plant monsters become that level. So this is going to allow you to go into your Strenna or your Rikka Queen. And then we have the 1 Lilyboria. This is just your bridge to your Therion package. It's going to search out your Discoloseum, and then the Discoloseum is going to get you your regulars. So the regulars is really important because this is sort of like the only Omni Negate that you have in the deck. And then we got 1 Nibiru because, it's a combo deck, so Nibiru can hurt us if we don't have protection. So Nibiru is there for our Crossout Designator target as well. And then we have 3 Unexpected Die, arguably the best starter. If you start with this and you don't need to use your normal summon, then you can do so much. It's really crazy. So you really want to see this card in your hand. Okay, then we have 2 Glamour. Glamour is kind of like an extender, and also it can add your Rikka monsters from your deck to your hand. And if you tributed a monster when you activate this card, you can add a plant monster with the same original level as that Rikka monster from your deck to your hand. So you can kind of search either your level 4s or your level 8s with it. Alright, and then you can also search for your level 1s, which is going to be the Rikka Petal or the Loki. Okay, then we have 1 Triple Tactus Talent. You can arguably bump this up to 2. This is just to kind of have some sort of going second cards. And then we have 2 Sowing. As I mentioned, some people sometimes like to run this at 1 because it's searchable. But the problem with running it at 1 is that if your Dryas gets imperm or something like that, sometimes you might end up having the second copy in your hand, and then it's going to allow you to kind of pop off from there. And honestly, if you're playing against this deck, this is what you would ash. You would ash the Sowing. I would not ash the Dryas. Instead, I would ash this because this is not once per turn. I mean, this is only once per turn, while the Dryas is not once per turn. So just a little tip right there. Okay, then we got the Discoloseum. This is going to search you your Lilyboria or your Regulus. Okay, then we got maybe the second best card in the deck, which is your Rikka Konkon. So this is what's going to allow you to tribute away your opponent's monsters instead of yours. So it's an ultimate board breaker right here. Okay, then we got 2 Called by the Graves and 1 Crossout Designator to counter the Maxi. Then we got 2 Infinite Impermanence, that's just going second cards. And then we got the Rikka Sheet to tribute away your opponent's monsters as well. And then we got the Blessed Winds to help you pop cards on the field via the Margarine. Okay, and then for the extra deck, we got 1 Marjoram. We got 2 Strennas. We have 1 Teardrop the Rikka Queen. We got 1 Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. And then we got 3 Sun Avalon Dryas. We have 2 Sunvine Healers. We have 2 Aromaseraphy Jasmine. We got 1 Sylvian Dance Peon, 1 Melius, and 1 Bengal Lancer. So yep, that's the deck. I really think this is arguably one of the best planned decks out there, if not the best planned deck, and it's still a top tier deck. I know a lot of people don't like to run it because it's a combo deck, so while we still have Max C, then you know it's really risky playing combo decks. But you know, you kind of try to build it as optimally as you can to counter Max C, but if the Max C doesn't resolve, like this deck definitely pulls out one of the best end boards ever, bro. So that's the deck. I don't want to make the video too long. I feel like it's already rather long, but thank you all so much for the love and support. I highly appreciate it. As always, continue having a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Kiwami Games, peace out.